Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Scott from One Last Hand, and we're back. We are playing some more Dragon Eclipse. We're filling up the island here. Most of these places are explored. The only places we've got that isn't explored yet are these two here. Last time out, we went to this location, I think, or this location, and caught another Mistling. Sorry. Tamed another Mistling, and now we're heading off to the Storm Archipelago, which is the second mission in the Perilous Seas adventure, which was kind of a Kickstarter thing, I think. So we're going to head over here and do this, which means we're going to N, if I can find N, so just so you can see the app here, N 000. Here we go. Sorry, it wasn't playing. Let's just make sure the volume's up. Here we go.
You arrive in Drowsy Bay, a quaint coastal town whose beauty is drained away by dark, low-hanging clouds. The boats in the harbour bob, harassed by sudden gusts of wind, and a few tired and even distraught townsfolk hurry to find shelter. The town looks inhospitable, but that will not put you off, as you are here for an important reason. You've heard rumours about ominous mists and wailing sounds that can be heard in the archipelago, and in dark times like these, such mysteries shouldn't be ignored. You feel that you must uncover the cause of these anomalies. You cast a look at some rocky islands strewn on the cloudy horizon, some of them mist-shrouded. The sky darkens with an approaching storm, and the sea is already choppy. It's going to be an arduous adventure, but you're not one to complain. You button up your coat and begin the search, but the first thing that catches your eye is a big hand-drawn poster on a pillar. You come closer and read. My dear nephew, Tom, went overboard on a fishing trip near Swordfish Island yesterday. I am an old man, and I wasn't able to save him, but deep in my heart, I know that he is still alive on one of the islands. My heart bleeds when I think about him out there cold and starving. If you have pity, courage, and the means to help me, please find me. Frederick. Reading such desperate words moves you, and you decide to help to find the lad if it is possible. There is already too much grief in the world, and you cannot allow for more to happen. Okay,
so we're going to a misty island, and someone fell off a boat. Right, we've got here. Right, what have we got? Combat. So up here we can see combat a powerful and a watery enemy. A water enemy. Powerful and a water enemy. Choose one. Reconsider, choose a different scenario. Start the scenario. Choose Mistlings to accompany during the scenario. Perform the deck construction. Open map 50 and 51. Place secret 83 face down in the event slot. Set the time to 2. Place secret 01 face down, next to the map. The rules apply during this scenario. Place an unused Mistling standee on the island to the bottom right corner with scripts N1 and N20, etc. Important. In this scenario, your time is limited. If too much time passes, you may not discover everything. The adventure in Drowsy will end. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to build some decks. We're going to have to figure out. If we're taking a water elemental, I think that means we need an earth elemental. We have got our Elkthorn here. Which maybe we leveled up? I think we did last time, right? Oh no, hold on. Elkthorn is powerful, but it wants to become even more powerful. If I attack 3 times, I don't know if I did that. So I don't think we used them. So we'll take the Elkthorn, because we might be able to do that. And then we need another Mistling. Currently we've got our young Aluka, which has been pretty good for us, but it makes sense for us to switch it up, especially now this one has kind of leveled up. Makes sense for us to find one who's going to have the chance to level up as well. So we'll come back once we've chosen those, and we'll dive into this adventure. Okay, so we are back, and we've got this huge double double mapped area to explore. There's some rules we just need to go through. We start on this island over here. You can see our little standee is just here. You can see the white outlines of these. To move between them, we have to find a boat. The standee on the map indicates the island you are on. You can only read scripts from that island. Each island is indicated by a visible outline. I've had a quick look. I can see that there is a hidden number over here. So if we ever get over there, we might be able to do something. I can't see that there are any other hidden numbers out here. If there are, I'm missing them. And I think it makes sense. It looks like we arrived here. So I'm going to go to N20, I think. If there is any token in slot 4, there is no one here anymore. The beach is empty.
You arrive at a practically empty beach. But as you strain your eyes, you spot a lonely man far away from you. Your gaze sweeps the sea and other mist-shrouded islands looming in the distance.
Talk to the man only if you don't have Secret 84. We do not. Let's talk to the man. Go to script N16.
You notice a staggering elderly man with a bleak, pained face. "Help," he sobs. "Help me if there's a spark of kindness in you." You halt to listen. "My name is Frederick, and my nephew Tom went missing," he explains. "Oh, good. He must be the man who put the poster up that you saw in the harbour. I was teaching him to sail near Swordfish Island when an unexpected gust of wind threw him off the boat." Uncle Frederick continues. "The sea was rough that day, and it's all my fault. I shouldn't have sailed so close to those cursed islands. Oh, woe is me." The man bursts out crying. You squeeze his shoulder to show sympathy and encourage him to go on. "I would have jumped out to help Tom, but I can't swim myself. But I'm sure my nephew is alive. More than sure. I saw a fail keeping him above the water and hauling him toward the sandy beach near Swordfish Island. I know he's out there alive. If only my boat was in better shape. See those cracks in the planking? I can't repair it myself. I need the help of a boat builder, because sailing such a boat in choppy seas is asking for trouble. Of course, you can help me too. Every pair of hands is a blessing."
Okay, can you tell me which one of these islands is Swordfish Island? I mean, this one looks like a whale. This one's got a point. That's as much as I can say. What are the options? Promise to help, only if you don't have Secret 84. Promise to help. Ask why no one else has bothered to help. Ask him about the archipelago and Tom's probable location. Let's ask him about the archipelago and the location. N100.
There are 4 major islands in the archipelago,
Yeah, we can see
named
that.
after animals they resemble. The uncle begins. If we are to find the boy, we must begin with Swordfish Island, because it is where my boy fell overboard. He may be injured, ill, starving, or all of it, so we must hurry. Otherwise, I would never recommend sailing too close to that wretched place. All those haunting voices seem to be coming from there, you know. Then, we also have Sleeping Crab Island, but few have ever set foot there. Porpoise Island, which is mist-shrouded most of the time, and Turtle Island, where the fails are often seen.
Okay. Hint, the uncle said that it's a good idea to start the search for the boy at Swordfish Island. Thanks for that, yeah.
You notice a staggering
Yeah, we got that. Okay. Promise to help, ask why no one else has bothered to help. Script N19.
People are scared now. The uncle shrugs his shoulders. Every night those haunting voices return and keep us awake until dawn. The fog is thicker than ever and storms hit us without warning. Courage is in short supply here, in Drowsy Bay. He smiles shyly. But you're different, aren't you?
Isn't this where we come from? Go to script N16.
You notice a staggering elderly man.
Okay, promise to help him, only if you don't have Secret 84. You may use the help of an experienced local sailor. Go to script N14.
I will sail with you, the uncle says. I know those islands like the back of my hand, but unfortunately my boat is in ill repair. The storm has torn its rigging, and there are leaks in the planking. I barely made it home from that fateful trip. I mean, we can sail out, but will we come back?
Lose a time. Oh, good. Help him fix the boat. Tell him that the boat is good enough. Help him fix the boat? Lose 2 time and gain secret 84. Tell him that the boat is good enough. Oh, God, I don't want to do that. I don't really want to do either of these. Do I have to tell him to fix the boat? Fine. Lose 2 times, so we go down here. Gain secret 84. I didn't want... Surely there was someone else who could have fixed the damn boat. Right. Okay, 84 is to move to another island if you have a wind in front of you. If you have a wind in front of you, lose time or take 3 damage. Move the standee to another island. Otherwise, move the standee to another island. Okay. Well, we don't want to do either of those things just yet. Continue the exploration. So we have to turn over this card. Time passes. And the weather is only getting worse. Go to script N66. So here comes the wind. If 5 shadow tokens are in front of you, go to script N71. If 4, no. If 1, no.
The sea is getting rough, and the wind is picking up. You begin to fear that soon enough it will be impossible to sail.
Okay, place 1 shadow in front of you. I can do that. There we go. Place secret 83 back face down. Place the timer on 2 and continue the exploration. Well, this sucks somewhat. Okay. We've got more things to look around here though, right? Let's go to N10. If token A is in slot 4, it is not.
You expected the tavern to be a cheerful, lively place, but all you see there are gloomy faces. People talk in low voices, and some argue coarsely. You pick up a few words such as, "those damned voices," and "cursed we are." Some people hum a song which is supposed to be hilarious, but they do not put their hearts into it. A tired wife, so drowsy is, away you go, no chance for kiss. Feeling suddenly uncomfortable, you look around and make eye contact with an old sailor who beckons at you.
If he's got a boat, I'm going to be fuming. Talk with the bartender, talk to the sailor, talk to the boat builder, leave. Should we start with the bartender? Go to script N7.
The bartender, his eyes bloodshot and hair dishevelled, looks at you half-consciously. "What can I get you?" he mumbles, and stifles a yawn.
Okay, ask him for something to drink. Ask him if he has anything for sale. Ask if he knows any more about the voices, only if token 6 is empty. Let's ask him about the voices, shall we? Script N83.
"I'm sorry," he adds. "I hardly had any sleep last night. It's these voices, you know. They plague us at night and also in the daytime. They have no meaning. They're just sounds or maybe distorted words, but who knows? Maybe it's an ancient language of demons or what. It scares us, and it keeps us awake all night." You ask him when the voices started, and he scratches his head. "It was shortly after that ship arrived. Don't ask me what ship, because she's never moored in Drowsy Bay. Two-master, that's all I know. She was seen by a few locals, and then she disappeared among the islands. Although it is damn risky to do that these days. Now, what can I get you?"
Hint, a mysterious voice began haunting the citizens soon after a ship appeared.
The bartender, his eyes...
We got that, so... What else has he got? Ask him if he has anything for sale.
"About to sail away, huh?" asks the bartender. "Good. Stock up, my friend. Sailing among our isles is a tricky business that may take days. Also, There are some hermits living there. Constantly hungry people. No wonder given their barren surroundings. Treat them to something delicious and they will love to share some tips with you. I am sure.
Check out what he has to sell. Spend 1 silver. Ask if there is anything under the counter. Now we're talking. Only if slot 3 is empty. It is.
I have a special deal for you, the bartender whispers. Only for you. It will not happen again anytime soon, so make up your mind and grab your pouch.
Use the bargain. Spend 3 silver. I mean, we've got to, right? Shady dealings in a bar, in a haunted bar. Let's do it. Spend 3 silver. Use the bargain. Spend 3 silver. Draw 5 equipment cards. Gain 1 of them and discard the rest. Place a token in slot 3. We can do that. Slot 3, and let's see what we get. Right? We spent our 3 silver. We've got a lunchbox, which is food and equipment. That's quite nice. We've got reinvigorating water, combat. The effect of this next card can be played during this turn. Sorry, combat. The effect of the next card you play during this turn is resolved twice, except for the trigger effect. That's nice. We've got just a tool. Combat, attack. If you have a fire missling, attack and attack. Number 4 is a missling nip. Spend 4 power to fulfill the current taming condition. And then finally, we've got Orb of Fire. Deal 1 burn in range 2. If you have a fire missling, deal 3 burn. I'm really tempted to get the lunchbox. Not because I'm a fatty, but I'm really tempted to get the lunchbox because it's got the 2 symbols on, and I feel like this is going to be a load of tests, right? The next card being resolved twice is good. I'm going to take the lunchbox. I think I'm going to take the lunchbox. Okay, so we spent 3 silver on that. Doesn't look like we have to lose any time.
About to sail away, huh?
He told us about food as well, right? So so we could also spend 1 silver, but I'm tempted to keep it. So that was that. Let's go to... Oh, hold on. There were still people in the bar, right?
The bartender. You expected the tavern...
So there's talk to the sailor. Go to script N4.
The old wrinkled seafarer beckons you to sit down. You nod gratefully and explain that you have come here to inquire about a missing boy, but the sailor coughs and smiles wryly. You strangers, he says, and looks at you cunningly. All you want is talk. How about you buy an old thirsty man a drink first?
I think you've had enough, mate. Buy the sailor a drink, apologise and talk yourself out. I'm going to buy him a drink. Buy the sailor a drink. 1 silver gone.
Good. The sailor sips his drink. Good, so you're looking for the boy. I don't think you'll ever find him. He went missing a few days back somewhere near Saltfish Island. Fell overboard and probably drowned, despite his uncle's attempts to help him out. He takes another sip. Strange waters those are. Menacing. They've always been dangerous, but now there is fog everywhere, and there are those haunting voices. Few have the guts to say it out because you have no idea what lurks out there. Good thing we still have the fails around. You heard of those, huh? Fine mistlings. Playful. Sometimes they help out drowning people, you know? As helpful as dogs. Yeah, exactly like dogs. They even have their own chewing toys. Usually, there are some stinky pieces of wood that the currents leave in shallow water along the sandy beach.
Place a water token in front of you. Okay, we can do that. You heard useful information but fail. Here, fails love stinky pieces of wood that can be found in shallow water on a sandy beach. Okay. Ask if he has any idea what the voices are. Ask him about the eclipse. Leave him. We were just going to waste time with him. Let's go. We got what we needed, right? I think we go to N15. and 15. There is any token in slot 1. There isn't. If at least 2 darkness are in front of you, there is no one here. There isn't.
Excuse me. A woman grabs your hand. I am sure you are a busy person, but are you by any chance a tamer? You confirm, and she sighs with relief. Oh, how glad I am. Listen, I desperately need your help. Something is constantly ravaging my small garden, the only source of my meager income. I have no idea who or what is behind it. There is talk of some pirates in our waters, or mistling maybe. Can you please take a look?
I don't have time now. I'm trying to save a kid, right? Continue the exploration. Sorry, love. N3, that's where we're going next. Once we get the kid, we can come back, surely.
You approach an old, half-crumpled watchtower on a wind-swept cliff. You knock, and after a long while, an old, disgruntled man opens the door. He is wearing a crumpled uniform of sorts. What? He asks gruffly.
Report suspicious activity from the sea. It requires any token in slot 8, only if slot 5 is empty. Ask him why they haven't tried to find the missing boy.
The Coast Guard looks down on you and shakes his head in disbelief. We have tried to find the boy, he explains impatiently. We have our own schooner, don't you see her? She's anchored down there. Yes, we have tried, but sailing in such weather means running a huge risk. A storm is about to hit the area and there are patches of dense fog among the isles. Those are treacherous waters full of rocks and shallows, deadly even for those who know them. He sighs. Keep looking yourselves if you need to, though. You've got my blessing. Explore the islands, especially the ones with caves. And if you come across any suspicious activity, do come back and let us know.
Go to script N3.
You approach an old...
Okay. Okay, so we know we can come back here with suspicious activity. I think we're done here. Let's go back to N20 and get sailing, shall we? Token in slot 4, there's not.
You arrive at a...
Yeah. Talk to the old man, only if you don't have secret 84. We do have secret 84, but how am I meant to leave? Maybe I wasn't allowed to leave. Let's just go through this again. So, that was fine. Promise to help him. Only if you don't have secret 84, we do now.
I will...
Lose the time. Help him fix the boat. Continue the exploration. How do I leave? Oh, I can just sail. I'm an idiot. He's with us, right? And we're sailing. Okay. This is Swordfish Island, right? So we're going to N29. N29. Oh, hold on. If you have a wind in front of you, lose a time and gain 3 damage. Otherwise, move the standee. So it doesn't take us any time to sail. If there is any token in slot 6, there's not.
There is a steep drop ahead of you, and down there you spot a cave in the cliff face. The black hole radiates with deep, powerful sounds that carry far away. Could those be the sounds that have been bothering the townsfolk of Drowsy Bay? The longer you listen, the surer you are. And yes, you do want to help all those poor people. But how can you do that? The descent is possible, but extremely risky, and... How about trying to respond to the sounds? Maybe those noisemakers will leave the cave to see who the responder is.
Yeah, maybe they'll do that. Try singing with the voices to call the creatures to you. Try to go down the cave. We want to go in the cave, right? We want to explore in the cave. Lose a time. Go to script N97. Perform a test. Okay, great. When you have 3 eyeball, the test concludes immediately, okay? Resolving the matching income. 9. You try to descend slowly, but your foot slips at the last minute and you grab the rock ledge, which allows you to enter the cave. Lose 1 time, gain 1 fatigue. Gave 7 damage. And go to script 101. You carefully... Have I got anything that helps with the test here? No. 10. You carefully descend and you're almost there when your hand slips. Instinctively, you jumped into the cave. You go down very, very slowly. So 11 is good. Everything else is bad news. Okay, so we need 11, but if we get 3, we end the test. Here we go. Let's do this, shall we? 3, okay. 2, so that's 5. And if we have 3 eyeballs... what's 5? That's 11. Well, we got 11, which is the perfect result. We have been so fortunate. You go down very slowly and very carefully. Go to script 101. We don't lose any time for it, even though we went slowly. Okay.
You manage to enter the cave and slowly make your way forward. The sounds are getting louder with every step, and although they are distorted by echo, you get the impression that the group of individuals are awkwardly trying to sing a song. Finally, you reach the heart of the cave, and indeed, there is a flock of F-Tuses, all of them wearing shoes on their heads, fully focused on repeating the same pattern of sounds over and over again. You begin to understand the core of the problem. The uncanny properties of the cave magnify their awkward singing, and the sounds, distorted by echo, mists, and distance, reach the town to haunt its folk. The F-Tuses are seemingly not aware of the nuisance they have become, so you must chase them away to put an end to the people's suffering.
What the hell's an F-Tusis? And why's it got a shoe on its head? Set up combat. Arena card 51, map number 1. Enemy, F-Tusis. Okay, start the combat. This is us. We're going into it straight away. Let's get tidied up and we'll get these F-Tusis the F out of here, shall we? Okay, we are back and combat is set up. Let's just run through what we've got, shall we? We'll start with the arena. So we're in the damp cave. Place a swamp in each of the 2 petal spaces. You might not be able to see these, but these petal spaces here, this one and this one. When you move to or are placed in a swamp, discard it immediately, end your move and gain slow. When an enemy moves into or is placed in a swamp, discard it. Okay. Then we've got the Eftus. I can't remember what they're called. Something like that, right? Eftus. It's got to be an Eftus. What else could it be? 24 hit points, 2 damage, 2 move, and 2 magical shield. It's got a special ability that triggers on 2. It's got 3 of each of the enemy action cards. It's starting with a triangle. Let's read that one first. Rush and deal 3 magical damage in range 2. Repeat the preceding effect for each water Eftus has. That sounds bad news. Square. Discard 2 for each space. Deal 2 magical damage for each space between Eftus and the opponent. Move the opponent by its move value towards Eftus. And then circle, rush +1, attack +1 for each water Eftus has. If it's fire, deal attack again. Special effect, gain 1 water. If Eftus has 1 water, deal 4 damage in range 3. If Eftus has 2 or more water, deal 6 damage and weak in range 3. He seems like, look, first off, look at him. He's got a little fishing rod, little cutie, and he's vicious. It's a vicious little bugger, isn't he? Okay, just for the record, this is us. Might not be able to see that. Let's just try and move that up a little bit. There you go. We've seen this before, but yeah, we can be a bit scary. Right, we go over here into this space here. Yeah, and this is going to be a bit tough. Our combat quest is The Elk Fawn is powerful, but it wants to become even more fierce. Attack 3 times during 1 turn. When you fulfill this, flip the card. When we do flip this card, we become a little bit more powerful. So we'd have 30 hit points instead of our current 20 and do 4 damage instead of our current 3. So quite important that we get that done fairly quickly in this encounter. I've got 1 bait, which allows me to move an enemy by 1 space. I'll tuck that down here just out of the way. See if you can see that just here somewhere, just to remind us that it's there. And we need to deal out our card. So let's get shuffling and see what we've got. We have a Rampage. Oh, hold on. I need to shuffle these properly because I built the deck and put all of the cards together. You know, obviously the Elk Fawn's cards, and then the special cards, and then everything else. So let's just reshuffle these properly. Okay, we have Stomp, we have Nature's Patience, we have Rampage, and we have Gore. Okay, don't know what any of these cards do, but we're about to find out, I guess. Stomp, deal 3 magic damage and silence to each opponent in range 2. He's got a magical damage of shield of 2. Reduce this by the opponent's shield instead of magical shield. Nice. And then, because it's on top of our discard pile, we get +2 attack. Oh, we didn't talk about the taming. It's got 4 or less health and be faster. Use your special ability when Eftis has 3 water. Our special ability is 4 in rage. So we can gain a rage token, or 8 relentlessness. If you have rage, move and attack +2, otherwise trigger. So we can do the cheaper one and still succeed. Nature's Patience is gain 1 power, and then this is an upgrade, +1 power, spend 1 power, release Wrath, deal magic damage in range 2 where X is your shield. Our current shield is 0. We have Rampage. If you have rage, attack +2, attack +2 and discard rage. So if we can get to a place where we have loads of tokens, this is a good one. Ideally we could have a trigger card to do that one. It would be pretty good. If you have rage, deal 7 magic damage in range 1 and discard it. Otherwise, gain rage. And if you're fighting a water, which we are, move. And they are going to rush. It's moving 2. Deal 3 magic damage in range 2. Repeat the preceding effect for each water. So it's probably good that that's come out now, but don't know if I want to be standing next to it. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think Stomp probably makes the most sense. It's not going to allow me to move, but I could then move 2 spaces. But it's going to rush +1. No, it's going to rush and then deal 3 damage in range of 2. So even if I moved here, it's going to move here and then do an attack in range of 2. So I'd be in range. So I'd need to have a card that allows me to move, which ironically I don't have unless I use Gore. Although I could use my bait straight off the bat to move the thing back 1. Maybe that's the play. Okay, let's do... Okay, I'm going to use my bait straight away. We're going to move them back by 1. We're going to do that in a second. Just remember that I've done that. We're going to use Stomp, which gives us 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. We are going to deal 3 damage and silence for each opponent in range 2. It's only 1 opponent, but we're going to use the shield rather than the magical shield. So it's going to take 1, 2, 3 damage and be silenced. It's not going to matter because they're not going to do their special on this turn, but this can go here. We're going to spend 1 of these to move 2, and we've used our bait to move them back two, sorry. So that's us done. This moves up, this moves up, this moves up, and we turn over the next card. A trigger would be lovely. Deal 3 magic damage and weak in range in line. Reduce this by their shield instead of their magical shield. So we've got a few of those. Okay, that's us done. It's now their go. Their turn is to do a triangle. And a triangle is rush 1, 2. They can remove the silence. You know what? 1, 2. We'll get rid of this since it's our prerogative to do that. It was a triangle. Rush, deal 3 damage in range 2. We're not in range 2. Repeat this preceding effect for each water. That's mental. Okay, and then it's not doing anything else. I'd really like an interrupt. I don't have one. Okay. I don't really have anything that I can do to do a lot of damage. What's he doing next? A circle. Rush +1. So he's going to move 3. And then attack +1 for each water. So if we're here, we're out of range, right? Rush +1. So he's going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, we are in range. No matter where I go, we're in range. So am I better just getting next to them and then hit them as hard as I can? I really need a rage. I don't have a lot here. I don't know how many cards I've got which allow me to generate shield. That's the other thing. Okay. I'm going to use Gore. Not sure it's the wisest move here, but I'm going to use Gore. We get 2 of these. It's not really helping me, but we get 2 of these, and we gain Rage. So we'll tuck that down here. I'm going to take some damage either way. Deal 7 damage in range of 1. We don't have anyone to hit in range 1. I mean, I could have moved. But that's if we have Rage. So move here. I think. Okay. I think that's us done. I've now got 4 of these. I could place any card from my discard pile on top of my discard pile. Doesn't feel like that helps me at this moment in time. I could use 4 to gain Rage. That doesn't feel like it helps us either. We'll move this one up. We'll flip this one over, and now it's his go. He is doing a circle, and a circle is rush +1. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. That's probably worse for us, but because we're going to have to go round him. But we do get rid of one of the swamps, and unfortunately, when they go into the swamp, nothing happens. Attack +1 for each water, so he hasn't got any water, so he's doing 2 damage. We have no shield, so we take 2 damage. Okay. And then he does his special, gain 1 water. If Eftus has 1 water, deal 4 damage in range of 3. If he has 2 water or more, deal 6 damage in range of 3, and weak. So we're taking another 4 damage. We're up to 6. Youch. That's really rough. and I've still not got much to deal with here. Okay, tectonic timing isn't a bad one. What are they doing next? Circle. Rush +1 and has +1 for each water they have. I really need to get this level up, but I don't know how. And there's no way I'm getting away from him, so we're taking this damage again. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do Nature's Patience, which is an upgrade card. The ability is we gain one of these, and then we gain the 3 for the 3 we're on. 1, 2, 3. And then I can spend 1 as a bonus action. I can spend 1 power to deal X damage in range of 2, where X is your shield. Our shield is currently 0, so that might be useless. But let's move these up. Let's move these up, and let's put this here. We've got Dash. Might help us get away from him at least. So we've got 8 of these. We could use Relentlessness. If you have Rage, move and attack +2, otherwise trigger. I just don't know how I get a second attack out. I really need to find... So this one, sorry, a third attack out. This one does 2 attacks. But it discards Rage, but then I could use Trigger, which would allow me to do that. So I think I'm in a place where I'm going to be able to upgrade, but let's figure out what they're doing, because this could get pretty rough pretty quickly. Rush +1 doesn't need to. Attack +1 for each water, so he's attacking for 3. So we're up to 8 damage. No, 9 damage. I can add up. Okay, so that is circle done. Next up is square. Deal 2 damage for each of the spaces between them. So I want to be standing next to him. Move the opponent by its value towards you. So I really want to be standing next to him. Okay. Okay, so I think we can do this, and our attack is 3, right? He's got no shield against this, so this is possibly the best way of doing it. So we're going to attack over here. We're going to use 8 of these, because then we don't lose any, so let's use 8. If you have Rage, move. I'm just going to move 1, and attack. +2, so we're doing 5 damage. Move and attack +2. So there's attack number. I'm just going to put these out to track our attacks. Attack number 1, and we have done 5 damage to them. Oh, hold on. No. This is not going to work. I need to do it the other way around. Hold on. Let's backtrack slightly. So let's get 8 of these back out. Although I'm going to use them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We have to do it this way. So we're doing Rampage. Let's just make sure I got 8 out. Yeah, I did. So we get another 3 of these. 1, 2, I can't take 3. Maximum we can have is 10. We're doing Rampage. So Rampage is if you have Rage, attack +2 and attack +2. We do have Rage. So I'm going to attack for 5, 10 damage. And then discard Rage. Okay, so that was 2 attacks. Then I'm going to spend 4 of these, 8 of these, and that allows me to do Relentlessness. If you have Rage, move and attack +2, otherwise trigger. We are going to trigger Vine Tempest. Deal 3 damage in and weak in any range. So there's weak to you, and there's another 3 damage, which puts you up to 16. Okay. In any line, reduce this by the opponent's shield rather than their magical shield. So we're up to 16 damage. We need to do another 4. These move up. That was all 3 of these. We've done our 3 attacks, which means we get to switch this over, which means we've now got the Exalted Elkthorn, 30 health, 4 damage, plus and 2 movement. So not bad, pretty good for us that. Let's go back to this. We'll just move this one out of the way and put this one down and mess everything else up. There we go. Is about to do his secret move, or special move, which is gonna, that's the wrong one. Is about to do his special move, which is gonna really hurt us a little bit. But we'll just have to deal with it, right? See if I can get these back in any kind of order. That can go over there. We don't do anything else. We turn this over Stone Skin, and we turn this over Gore. Okay. But his go, he is doing a square, so we'll move this over here and we'll put this over here because we know it's doing a secret action. Special action, deal 2 damage for each space between you, magical damage, and the opponent. Move the opponent towards us. I'm going to assume that's 2 damage, range 1. I'm going to assume that's 2 damage. So that puts us up to 11. Okay, however, it's weak, so we only take 1 of those. So that puts us to 10. Okay, the weak goes away. Or does weak only affect... does weak only affect actual attacks? Let's have a look. Weak. Attacks are reduced by 1 and it cannot be increased by modifiers. For example, if a Mistling would attack with +2 while having weak, the attack would be considered 1. I'm just going to have to ask the AI because I don't know the answer. I feel like we might have asked this question before. Okay, where are we? Does weak reduce magical damage? I still don't know if it's actually called magical damage. Right. So we'll wait for that answer to come in. But next it's doing gain 1 water. There we go. No, weak condition does not reduce magical damage. So we'll keep weak on them for the time being. We'll take another 1 damage. Weak does not reduce magical damage. The weak condition specifically affects attacks when they are reducing them to 1 and cannot be increased by modifiers. Okay, so that's bad news. Then it's gained its water. It's going to deal 4 damage in range of 3. If it has more water, 2 or more water deals 6 damage and weak. Oh man, so that goes to us. And we take 6 damage. Youchie, we're up to 17. Thank God we got that those extra hit points. Weak is not great for us, however. What are they doing next? Triangle. Rush and deal 3 damage in range of 2. Repeat the preceding effect for each water. Oh man, so it's going to do what? 4 damage, 8 damage, 12 damage, enough to kill us damage, is that? No, we're 1 shy? Oh man. Is there any way I can get away from them? I don't think. I've got rush and rush, so I'm going to be able to move 1, 2. 1, 2, and then move again 1, 2. That gets me here 1, 2, and then range of 3. We get out of range, so I think we're going to have to dash. It's also going to be the best play with our lack of damage. So move 2. You may spend 2 to move 2. I may spend 1 to move 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's the best I think we could do. Pretty expensive, that. Okay, Mudfield is up next. It's now their go. We need them to get extra water anyway, but I'm a little bit worried about it. They are going to rush 1, 2. They're going to deal 3 damage in range of 2. Repeat for each water. 1, 2, 3. We're out of range. Okay, so that's that done. Square is next. Deal 2 magical damage for each space between us, and then it's going to do its magic. So it's going to gain 1 water, and then deal 6 damage to us, and weak. So if I can get next to it, which I can't. Hold on, I'm going to... So their attack for triangle was rush and deal 3 damage in range 2. So I could have finished here, right? Because it was here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's just check. This was a triangle, yeah. So rush, I think I was reading the 3 magical damage as range. Rush and deal 3 magic damage in range 2. So I could have stopped there, which is good. It's sort of good. What are they doing next? Square. Deal 2 damage for each space between us. So I want to be standing next to them. But then, so let's figure this out. We're on 17. They're going to do another 2 damage because I think next to us is range 1. So that would put us up to 19. Then it will deal 4 damage in range 3. And 6. It's going to do 6 damage to us. So what would that put us on? 19, 25. Almost dead, and we still need to do another 4 damage to them, and I can't see a card that does that. Square is deal 2 damage, magical damage, move, attack, and if it's a water then attack again. So Stone Skin might be our play here. Stone Skin is our play. We got rid of the weak because we just moved. We're going to gain 2 of these. We're going to move. We are going to attack. So we attack for 4. They've got no shield, so that's the 4 we needed to do. Oh no, am I going to kill this thing? I think I'm going to kill this thing. Do I have to attack? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I think we're okay. No, we're not okay. I'm going to do 6 damage. Do I have to... Hold on, that's 10. That's 19, so it's still not enough. Oh, God. Oh, God, hold on. Let's just remove this 4, I think. Oh no, I'm going to have to go back and check what they're on. Bear with me 1 second, everybody. Okay, I am back. So, we were on 16 hit points when we did our attack of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which takes them up to 20, which is exactly where we need them to be able to tame them. However, Stone Skin, move and attack. If you're facing a water element, attack +2, which means we do another 6 damage to the Eftus, who is now a Deftus. There is no way to stop that, and I don't think I think we're in a position where, let's just work backwards. Next turn, let's assume we only did 4 damage, we'd have finished what we needed to do once we got through our turn. However, next turn it's going to do a square, which is deal 2 damage for each space, so it would do 2 damage to us. So let's just add these over here. So 2 damage. We're currently on 17, so it'd do 2 damage, and then it would do gain 1 water, and if it has 2 or more water, it would deal another 6 damage to us. So what does that take us to? 15, 20, 25, but would also be weak, so I'd have no way of doing the damage I need to do to it. Well, I could use Stone Skin that turn. Maybe we can do this. I just don't know if I want to be taking all of this damage. Let's try it. I'm just going to work through it and we'll see how this goes. So let's put this back. Let's put these back. Let's put you back to 16 damage. And we'll just work our way through it. Let's assume I didn't do that. Let's assume I took... Oh, hold on. I had to move to get here, right? So let's assume I took Tectonic Timings. I get 3 of these plus 1 because it's in slot 4. Let's assume I spent 1 of these to move 2. Okay. We move this up. We move this up. I just need to check with weak. Applies to rush. No, that's the wrong one. Attacks are reduced to 1 and cannot be increased from modifiers. For example, if your Mistling's 3 attack would be plus 2 while having weak, its attack value would be considered 1. Is it the end of the turn that these go? So I can't do the damage I need to do. Conditions of each type at the end of the turn, so it's not like for 1 attack, it's for all attacks. I will have Gore next turn, which will do what we need it to do. If you have Rage, which I can gain Rage next turn using a bonus action, then I can use Gore, which will deal 7 damage, which is okay. Yeah, and then I'll also won't be able to use my special ability. This isn't a special ability. Okay. I don't think there's any way for me to do this without having to go an extra like 2 turns, which is me dead. Because even if I used Gore, I deal 7 damage in range 1, which gets them past the thing. But then I'd have to you spend 4 to get Rage, which means I wouldn't have enough to then be able to use it. Hold on. No, that's not right. So I can spend 4 to get Rage. So I've done this on this turn. So next turn I could spend 4 to get Rage. I could then use Gore, which will deal 7 damage. And then I won't have enough, because I'll only have 2 of these. I won't have enough to do my special ability. I think we're screwed. I think we just have to accept that Stone Skin did the job, and the Eftus is now a deady Eftus. That's disappointing. I was hoping to tame them. They're pretty cool. And their darkness as well. And if we flip it over, no, wrong one. If we flip this over, this is the card we would have used. They're pretty strong, and I think their special ability is pretty good. Let's go and have a little look. So their special ability is... Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. 1, Lucky Stumble. Move attack in range 2. So a quick little attack for 2 damage. 3, spend up to 3 water. If you spent 1, deal 4 damage in range of 3. If you spent 2, deal 6 damage and weak in range of 3. If you spent 3, deal 8 damage and weak in range of 3. Move the opponent in range 3 by 2 spaces. And all of these special cards, apart from 1, get you move action. So would have been pretty strong, but we didn't do it, unfortunately. What we did do is kill it. So we need to go to script go to script N78. Let's just do that. N78. Bit disappointing.
It seems that the Eftuses were responsible for the nightmare the innocent townsfolk of Drozibay went through. Now that you have chased the mistlings away, the townsfolk will be able to sleep as long as they want to. Not a bad thing in these difficult, ominous times.
Okay, each Mistling that took part in the combat heals up to half of their health, so 15 for us. We can put the rest of these away. We'll just quickly do this. This can go over here. You can be put over here, as can you. Okay, well, there's some more damage here. We can tidy up these crystals and we can put these away. Okay, the swamps can come over here because we're going to need to get the map out in a second. So we'll tuck these out of the way. You can go over here. We'll get the rest of the Eftus cards out because we're about to use the encyclopedia, so bear with me. Okay, here is the encyclopedia. Place card 193 in the encyclopedia. 193. Okay. Add the Eftus tier card to the random combats. We can definitely do that. So that's over here somewhere. There he is. There's the little boy. That can go in our random combats. And then these can go back in here. Okay. Clear the arena. We can do that. Because next we're going to get our map back out. Place a token in slot 6. You managed to silence the voices. So we can do that next time. I'll get all of this cleared up. We'll be back to finish maybe Perilous Seas and crack on with the story mode the episode after that. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, do all of those things. If you enjoyed this, then leave a comment, a like. All of those things really help, and I will see you next time. Thank you.